It does matter. It absolutely. You can't have a Christmas movie if it doesn't have Christmas shit in it.
Well, I've never seen Die Hard, so I don't know.
Mariah Carey, she has one of the best songs of Christmas. All I Want for Christmas. Go ahead, Jay. Give us a note real quick.
Is you.
Look up, I see a big green fur ball like just stealing gifts from the tree. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
He doesn't have pants.
He's somehow doing the greatest tuck of all time because that ding-a-ling ain't never come hanging down no matter how much you jump, run, or fly. Good tuck job, buddy.
Squad up!
Yeah.
Back in the house. Yes, it is Christmas time. Christmas edition, episode 143. I got my guys with me. Mike, Touchdown Jesus DeSanto, Santa Claus, John Sawyer, and Christmas, Grandpa Where's Waldo down there in the corner. What's up, fellas? It's time for giving. Time to get to some business. Time to get to some business. And the first most important thing to start this off is we like to debate here. Jay, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Of course it's a Christmas movie. It happens around Christmas. It has that Christmas feel to it. The movie revolves around the eve prior to Christmas. If you put a movie near Christmas, doesn't matter whether there's trees, elves, reindeers, snow, cookies, or fat men going down chimneys, it's a damn Christmas movie. What you got?
Oh,
Mikey?
I can tell Mike thinks it's a Christmas
Somehow
movie.
Mikey
Go ahead.
seems
Yeah,
Give us a breakdown.
Yes, it does matter. It absolutely. You can't have a Christmas movie if it doesn't have Christmas shit in it. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It is an action movie that takes place on Christmas. Just because a movie takes place near a holiday does not make it that holiday movie. Like, I also, as a side note, I don't understand how Wizard of Oz is a Thanksgiving movie. It has nothing to do with Thanksgiving. They don't even say thank you in the movie.
I've never.
But back to Die Hard. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. I don't care that it takes place around Christmas. I don't care. It has nothing to do with the Christmas season. Oh, I hate this.
Go ahead, John. Give us a breakdown.
Well, I've never seen Die Hard, so I don't know.
Okay, this is a whole nother issue. We've reached a whole nother issue now.
My opinion doesn't matter now. Now we have other issues to handle here. Somebody get this man a Netflix password, wherever the Peacock, wherever the hell Die Hard is streaming, so that man can see Die Hard. It is a great movie, but it is absolutely not a fucking Christmas movie.
Thank you.
That movie came out. That movie came out on July 22nd, 1988. They never intended it to be a Christmas movie. They wanted to be a Christmas movie. They had to put the shit out in late November, early December. That's a fucking summer blockbuster. He just happens to be in a fucking airport at Christmas. Why do you put him in there at Christmas? Because that's the busiest time. It makes the stakes higher. Not because we're trying to put the intention of Christmas. So absolutely not. I know some people in the comments who disagree. Go ahead in the comments. You tell us if you believe it's a Christmas movie or not. It ain't no fucking Christmas movie, just as a side note, just so y'all can know. On to more important business. Mariah Carey. She has one of the best songs of Christmas. All I Want for Christmas. Go ahead, Jay. Give us a note real quick.
Is you.
Wolf here? You call him a wolf's home?
Bubba, take it away, Bubba.
That's a bark.
Bark.
In the spirit of Mariah, we're going to play a quick Christmas game. We're going to relate this to sports, though. It's called All I Want for Christmas. Jay, go ahead and explain. It was your thought. Go ahead and explain us what we're going to be doing.
All right, so we're going to play a little game. We love playing games here on the squad. So we're going to be talking about all we want to see for Christmas in sports. And we came up with a couple interesting questions to ask one another that revolve around what we want to see, or all I really want to see is ... So what you got for us, Trey? Because I know you got the menu there. What's the first course there? What's our appetizer with All I Want for Christmas?
In the spirit of college football playoff, because that's where we're at right now, I know nobody's going to agree with this, But I wish we did an 8-game playoff. I know we're at 12, and they're going to keep trying to expand to 14, 15, 16. Eventually, it'll be 40 games. No, the right answer was 8. All I want for Christmas is to go back to 8. Like I said, I know they'll never go back because of the money. But let's keep it real. We get to 12. Number 13 and 14 complain. We get to 16, which is coming sure. Number 17 and 18 are going to complain. We'll be at 48. People are still going to complain. And there's a certain point where the gap starts to get ridiculous in competition. And there's a certain point where I do want the regular season to really matter. So I don't think we need to keep expanding. I keep seeing talk online. I've been online after this first round of playoffs, and some people are like, no, we should have put Bama in. We should have put Miami. Fuck that. The results of this last week were the results of this last fucking week. Enjoy it. And that's fine. We keep getting closer to these guys playing more games than the pros. It's fucking ridiculous. So, no. All I want for Christmas is let's just get an 8-game playoff we can enjoy this. John, what do you want for Christmas?
Some roast beef, a chicken, pizza.
Other than the goddamn meal, what do you want for Christmas?
All I want for Christmas
all the pound
is
cake.
a goddamn Eagles Super Bowl victory. Let's go, Birds. Woo! Rockin' Birds. Let's get our second one in the franchise history. Let's get it. Let's go, Birds. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown. Say quads, Barkley, jumping backwards. And you know what I wanted to do? I want Saquon to run it in the end zone for the game-winning touchdown and just jump backwards over someone and just do the Marshawn Lynch. That would be the best Christmas present I could get right now. And then I would frame that photo and put it in our apartment right above the couch. Move Mr. Mom.
Go ahead, Mike. Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter. What do you want for Christmas?
I do want Travis Hunter, but all I want for Christmas really is the Quebec Nordiques back. The NHL has talked about continuing to expand after the success of Vegas and Seattle, and they're talking about all these cities that all seem to be in America, including probably Houston. That's probably the next place they're going is Houston, apparently. But no, give me the goddamn – I keep saying this every time something like this comes up. Give me the goddamn Quebec Nordiques back. They should not have lost their team in the first place. You know, that would be –
That's interesting what you just said, Houston. I never thought about that for an NHL.
That is apparently the next place they're planning on going is Houston.
Dedicated fans. Like, if they start to like their teams, Houston's actually a good spot for it, actually.
I'm not saying Houston is a bad spot, but okay, then let's keep the league even.
Teams that don't win the Stanley Cup. So why are we going to put another one?
Because we need an even number. There's 7, then there'd be 8. Also, that's bring back the Montreal rivalry. Also, they never should have lost their team to begin with. And also, they would have won the Stanley Cup if they had waited one more year.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
They became the Colorado Avalanche, and the first year they were the Avalanche, they won the Stanley Cup.
I think Mike needs to take a 5. He's a little crabby.
Yeah. That's fucked up. That kind of ended up happening to the it was a little bit later. It happened to the Browns with the Ravens, and the Browns left.
Exactly.
They made Baltimore become great, and the Browns are still shitty, and Baltimore keeps being relevant. So it is what it is. I'm sure that's what the Browns fans want for Christmas. But Jay, what do you want for Christmas?
Well, gentlemen, I don't really, I don't mention it enough, but if we look over the top of my head right here, I want the great Liverpool Football Club to go into the end of the year with 2 key wins. It's a tradition in English football. They play on Boxing Day on the 26th. So they have 2 games in close quarters there. They play on the 22nd and 26th. I want them to keep this lead they have in the table right now. Right now, they're ahead of Chelsea of all teams by 2 points. We need to keep that lead. Why? Because Arne Slot has been amazing for us. So I want all of our guys to be well rested. Mohamed Salah, go home and take care of yourself. Luis Diaz, go back to Brazil and enjoy some loving from your family. Darwin Nunez, Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alisson Becker, get healthy. I just need my players to have a wonderful Christmas time, feel nice and rested, and come into the new year ready to win their 2nd Prem and their 7th UEFA Champions League title. So Liverpool, enjoy your Christmas, boys. Let's get 2 wins. Go home to the wives. Go home to the kids. Take care of these boys for me, ladies. Take care of them really well because we got to make a run come 2025 with 2 titles.
In the spirit of tradition, like Jay just talked about, growing up for me, a big tradition always was we get down, we watch some basketball. It's Christmas Day, that's what we do. But clearly Roger Goodell just said, Fuck your tradition. We are gonna go out and we are gonna take over. And the NBA is starting to reel right now a little bit, where people are starting to say, well, what can NBA do? Is there a way the NBA can take back Christmas? Jay, you're Mr. NBA. What does the NBA have to do to take Christmas back from Goodell and the NFL?
Well, they have to schedule the best games early, and I don't think they did a good job of that with Knicks Spurs. I get that Wemby's the next ticket. He might be the MVP next year. The New York Knicks are a really entertaining team right now. So maybe I'll eat my words and say maybe it might be the best game of the year. But what you got to do is you have to get people interested right away off the bat. I like the fact that LeBron and Steph are playing in the primetime game. I like that. I think it's the last time we're ever going to see the two of them play in a primetime game against one another. So hopefully for their sake and our sake, they're healthy going into that matchup. But they got to take control of the day early. Yeah, why not put Ant-Man up there right away, 12 o'clock with Luka, right? Your two superstars playing the Western Conference Finals last year. Make the best game the first game to get people hooked right away. You got me. I'm sunk. I'm sticking to the NBA, especially if the NFL game starts off pretty rotten, which it probably will, because not only do they have one less day of rest, but the quality is not going to be that great. So the NBA might favor that anyway. But everybody loves football here in the United States of America. So it doesn't matter how good the NBA game is. I don't know what Silver could do. NFL rules. NFL is king. That's it. Everybody wants to see the NFL. Give me NFL, and I'll take that over NBA any day.
That's exactly.
But John, you always got suggestions. What would you do?
There's nothing the NBA can do. Unfortunately, there's nothing. NFL is king. It will always rule over every sport. There's no pop. If you're a basketball fan, you're gonna watch. I just don't feel like there's much they can do, but have great matchups. And the true NBA fans will watch. But if I am in New York, or if I am in, oh, never mind. I'm sorry, picked the wrong team, picked the wrong city. If you're in, I don't know, Minneapolis, and the Vikings are playing, and you're playing against the T-Wolves are playing the Lakers, and the Vikings are playing the Packers on Christmas Day, most of those fans are going to go to the Vikings game, in my opinion. I think there are diehard NBA fans that are going to watch, like yourself, like Grandpa Jay. But like I say all the time, NFL is king. Like Jamie just said, it is king in America. There's not much they can do. Unfortunately, that used to be NBA's day, where you watch 12 to 12 of NBA basketball, and it used to be great matchups. But one thing they can do is cut all the goody-goody bullshit that they have all the time. There's no rivalries anymore. There's no, big rivals anymore that you see. Everyone's, all dapping each other up. I want people to be like Ant Edwards, fuck you, dude. I don't give a fuck. We can be friends off the court. I want people like Kobe and Black Mamba, he out there, I don't give a fuck. I'll talk to you after the game, bro. I want that again. I want that rival. I want you fighting. I want chaos. More chaos. That's what you need in order to get more fans, because true NBA fans may not like that, but the passive fans who are just watching on Christmas Day, they're gonna like that. Oh,
that's right, my brother. The great late Mamba would say, "Fuck all that kumbaya shit. Let's get on the court and settle this like men. No more silent night and holding hands together. Let's go. Let's get it on the court."
There's too much, and honestly, you know what it's about? There's way too much media now. Back when we were kids, we didn't see all the extra stuff that we see nowadays. You see,
what else? The problem
LeBron wake up, go to freaking training, go to here. You basically see LeBron's morning from start to waking up to him on the court. So there's not any mystery anymore of what these guys are doing, how old they're. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. It's just there's not much they can do to take over the NFL, because there's not much they can do in the regular year, during the regular year. But it's, I would say, just more rivalries. Knicks. But
the too much media part is part of it, because when you say too much media, the thing is, what you said there is somewhat correct. Okay, you want to see people dap up, but they were doing that before. Bill Russell used to stay with Wilt Chamberlain when they played against each other. The difference is now it would be on TikTok, a video of them two hanging together, so we know it's happening. It's not like these guys didn't do this before. All those guys, Reggie Miller talked about working out with Magic Johnson and them trying to get him to go to the Lakers and shit like that. These are things that always existed. For me, the NFL, if they want the day, they're going to have the day. So where the NBA probably has to go at this point is they usually actually take Christmas Eve off, give the players Christmas Day off, go to Christmas Eve. That's you come with the bar. A lot of families are still together. A lot of people are done with their shopping now, especially with online shopping and things. So maybe you go attack Christmas Eve and say, fuck it, we'll run Christmas Eve. And we'll get to you before Christmas, and we'll have that day. That becomes the official start. Unfortunately for them, what probably happens, Goodell will then say, "Let me go move 2 more games to Christmas Eve." Before you know it,
Mm-hmm.
he'll just not do a Sunday that week because he'll just say, "I don't give a fuck." Because Goodell's thing is, "I'm stumping all you motherfuckers out." See what Goodell is? If you watch The Wire,
Ruthless.
Goodell's fucking Stringer Bell, man. That's what this is. He's Stringer Bell, and he is ready to fucking be cutthroat. For all you Wire fans out there, you'll get the reference. That's just what this is. So NBA, hey, maybe aim for Christmas Eve. That's your best shot because the NFL says they want that shit. Apparently in this country, the NFL can fucking play. We'll not go to church. We may skip a wedding. Shit, we may have to put a TV on behind the reverend's head during the wedding. And we may have to skip our own funeral because if Mahomes is playing Josh Allen, I may be skipping my own funeral. So that is what it is when it comes to that. Mike, I know you're more of a football fan. So what would make the NBA draw you to say, I may skip a little football on Christmas Day and go watch a little NBA? Or is there anything they can do?
Well, so I agree. I don't really think there's anything they can do because the football's always going to dominate whenever they're on at any point. The Trey, your idea is the one that had come to mind with me is the only thing that I think they can really do. They got to get away. They have to try to find a way to get away from football. And I would like to think that Goodell wouldn't be crazy enough to put the NFL also on Tuesday, but he probably is. So, yeah, I think I don't think you can compete with them. So I think you got to try to find a way to worm your way into where they're not at any point, which probably means constantly changing when you're doing it every year based on how the NFL reacts.
Well, to be fair, they would. It's not always on Tuesday, Christmas Eve. So
No, I mean, just as an example of this.
Like
He said in a hypothetical.
last year we had Sunday of Christmas. Last year we had Christmas Eve on a Sunday.
No, I'm saying, but in
hypothetical
Day games.
But the year will fall under Goodell would move it. You got to remember this year. Fun fact: the Chiefs have played They would have played every day of the week except for Tuesday this year. Remember, they were the Black Friday game. They of course play on Sunday. They're playing on a Saturday. Last week they just played on a Saturday. Christmas is on a Wednesday. Everybody played a Thursday game. The Chiefs played every fucking day of the week, so he won't care if he has to put them out on Tuesday. They will work the schedule out and make them play on a Wednesday before, so they can make them play on Tuesday or Christmas Eve if that's what the competition does, because that's just what they do. There are a lot of good games.
But the crazy part about that whole thing is that we sit here and I get why you want to hit on the viewership. At the end of the day, we talk about player safety all the time, and this is one thing I'm just going to bring it up, and we don't talk a lot about it, but we talk about player safety all the time. We talk about, players need to be safety, and every time we talk about an NFL player, it's like getting hit by a car. That's what they talk about when they're done with the game. Giving the Steelers 10 days off, or 10 days, but
it's 3 games in 11 days.
10 days.
3 games in 11 days.
How is that helping with safety and precautions?
Not.
How is that helping a team who is on the cusp of probably getting the potential 2 seed or 1 seed? I mean, we don't know what happens to Mahomes, right? Like, he's been injured, and you're having your best player in the league, hands down. We call him Patrick Michael Jordan Mahomes for a reason, because he is the best player. He is your Tom Brady now. He is your golden goose. Like, you need to protect him, and you're putting him in that type of scenario. You're putting the Steelers in that scenario, and you have your golden goose on the defensive side in TJ Watt, who got hurt against the Eagles. Not sure how his health is, and you're making him play 3 games in 10 days, and that's not good rest. We talk about why the NFL needs these time off, because you are playing a very contact sport. These guys are running at 20, sometimes 25 miles an hour, getting hit as hard as they possibly can, and people don't realize that the toll it takes on your body after 18 weeks. No one is healthy, right? When you go into the playoffs, they're like, oh, is everyone 100%? No one is healthy. But when you put guys in positions like this, especially such close to the playoffs, that's when you have terrible playoffs. And that's when you have teams walk through the playoffs like it's no tomorrow, because some guys are hurt, major guys are hurt that you want to see a matchup against. Look, we could have the Bills versus the Steelers in the playoffs again, and that could be an actual really good matchup. But if they're missing their best defensive player or missing their best, offensive player, is it really is that what we want? So I'm kind of getting tired of the NFL doing this, because it's just consistently hurting the game. You want more weeks, but then you do this at the end. You cram it in right here. It's like, stop. We don't need to. Stop doing that shit. It's bullshit. It's ridiculous, and it's hurting your league at the end of the day, because in the playoffs, what if Mahomes goes out and he's out for the year? Now you just hurt your best player. Your best freaking guy. Taylor Swift's best friend. Like, how do you? Like, I get very frustrated with that because it's like the Steelers. These 4 teams do not need to play on Christmas Day. We don't need to see them on Christmas Day. Put them on Thursday. Literally one day.
Goodell can't help himself. He needs to take over the ground.
Yeah.
There are going to be a lot of good games, though, just in general, between the NBA and the NFL. So, I mean, the good thing is we can kind of flip back and forth. If one game gets shitty, we go to the other game, and we kind of check it out. Really quick, what we got in the NBA is we have the Spurs versus the Knicks. We have the T-Wolves versus the Mavericks. We have the Sixers versus the Celtics, the Lakers versus the Warriors, the Nuggets versus the Suns, and on the NFL side, we have the Ravens versus the Texans, the Chiefs versus the Steelers. In general, that day, sports. Mike, what are you looking forward to?
Well, looking at both sides, honestly, I think the NFL it has a much more interesting schedule, just in general, because both NFL games could be potential previews of playoff matchups, very important playoff matchups. So I'm super excited to see how competitive these teams are against each other. If this truly is, which I think it's going to be, a playoff preview, and the NBA too. I mean, there could be some playoff previews within those matchups as well, and that's exciting. You see the ups. I think kicking it off, despite the fact it's not the best matchup, I do agree that Dallas and Minnesota is the best matchup of the day for me. But I think kicking off with the Knicks and Spurs is good in the sense of like, okay, here's a Spurs team that's actually playing better than some people expected them to. And you've got probably the future superstar plus a Knicks team that all of a sudden is really good again. Everybody's been waiting for the Knicks to actually like kind of piece it all together and be good again. And it looks like they finally are able to do it. Mm-hmm. So I'm just excited with the competition that we're going to get to see.
I'm oddly actually interested to see the production of this, especially on the NFL side. When I say the production, we got Mariah Carey. She's going to be out here performing All I Want for Christmas Is You at the Steelers and Chiefs game. Then we got on the other side, there's a Beyonce concert. Let's be quite frankly, gentlemen. Beyonce's performing at halftime. America's here for Beyonce. We're not here for Ravens and Texas. We can't see Beyonce play. You can shake your head, but Beehive, I'm with you. Y'all ain't got to come for me in the comments, Beehive. I'm with you.
Beehive.
Yeah, well, I'm with you, Beehive. But the big issue is, can Netflix fucking hold their shit together? See, that's what I'm actually
that's
because when I put those type of big things in, so even though we got these big games, so for real, we got Mahomes, we got all these great stars, but the big thing is you got these big stars on both sides. You got the Steelers, which won the premier franchise, the Chiefs, a premier franchise. 2 teams on the other side went to the playoffs. 2 of the biggest artists in the history of music will be performing. And you got Christmas. So, I mean, you got grandma, you got moms. Everybody can be able to get together and say it's something for us to watch. And that's a great idea for the NFL. I remember that shit show with Mike Tyson and Logan, Jake, whoever the fuck Paulie was. They couldn't keep their shit together. Netflix, are we not going to buffer? We'll be able to watch it. Will it be All I Want for Christmas Is You? Because they'll keep buffering. And that's what I want to see. Netflix, can you hold your shit together? Because if you can't, goddammit, you'll keep going up on the rate. Goddammit, give us a goddamn break on some money, Netflix. That's what I'm looking for. That's also All I Want for Christmas, Netflix. Jay, what are you looking for in these matchups?
Possibly something really great happening early on, so I don't have to wait for the greatness at prime time at 8 o'clock. What I'm happy about is that the NFL didn't decide to make one of these a night game, so I could actually sit down and enjoy one game going on at 8 p.m., which is LeBron versus Steph Curry. We know that these 2 amazing athletes and people are coming to the end of their career. We know this is the moment where they may be thinking about riding off into the sunset. Steph, maybe 2 more years. I'm not sure we see LeBron ever again. I'm not sure we see LeBron healthy again to be in these games and playing at the level he's playing at either. So if we're going to get the final taste of it, I'm really looking forward to I know it's a team battle, but I'm really looking forward to a LeBron versus Steph situation where they're the ones that are big playmakers on that night. They're the ones that are controlling the tempo of the game. It's back and forth. They're going at each other. Maybe LeBron finally finds his jumper because it's Christmas Day and Santa brought him something on that day. Maybe Steph answers the call as well. So we see what we saw at the Olympics because we want that. We want that moment. Hey, we're going to be tired. We'll be with our families all day long. We opened gifts. We cleaned up. It's 8 o'clock. We want to sit down and relax. I don't want to fall asleep. I want to see a damn good NBA game because guess what I think is going to happen in the NFL? I think it's going to be 2 shitty games. I'm hoping that the Texans and Ravens play a competitive game. I'm really hoping for it. But to John's point earlier, I don't think these teams are well rested. I don't think these teams are going to be playing their best football. So I don't think we're going to see the quality of football we deserve out of these two teams because all these teams are having great years. So I'm going to spin it on the NBA. LeBron, Steph, time to put on a show, fellas. Come on now.
John, it's Christmas. What are we looking forward to on the slate?
I'm looking for Bubba to stop freaking out over here. He's going nuts because the Grandpa Jays keeps screaming over there. He's going nuts. That's what I'm looking forward to. Stop running around my bed. God damn it. I'm looking forward to the NBA games, and I like the football games. I think they're going to be good, but the Texans are a shell of themselves. The Ravens look like crap. Steelers and Chiefs are hurt, and who knows what's going to happen with that. And I think the game of the day is going to be Los Angeles and Golden State. I think Minnesota is going to roll Dallas. San Antonio will get rolled by New York. Denver is going to roll Phoenix. So I don't think those games are going to be very good. But I like the Los Angeles Golden State, and I see like Steph hitting a game-winning 3 over LeBron to signify. Yeah, that word.
He's just
solidified.
No, ladies and gentlemen, this is not Netflix. This is not a Netflix special. We're not. We're going
to solidify that like matchup against each other, and it's going to be like you're going to see a picture of like Steph hitting the 3 in his face, and it's just going to be a great photo. I'll send it to all of you guys, and I'll be there courtside because Steph is sending me out there again, so I'll miss the next episode just so you guys know.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah, enough of the positive shit. Sometimes we gotta give out a lump of coal. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Christmas is fun, but sometimes some people deserve a lump of coal. Since we're here, I'm gonna give a lump of coal out really quick to somebody. Or let's give this to multiple people. Daryl Morey, Joel Embiid, and the entire Sixers organization. You deserve a goddamn lump of coal. First off, Christmas, you gotta sit here and watch the damn Sixers play the Celtics. I know NBA sound like a good idea, but here we are. We're at an impasse here. Joel Embiid has missed over 385 games in 11 seasons. That is equivalent to missing 4.5 seasons. Meanwhile, Daryl Morey, and I know Elton Brand's the GM. Yeah, Daryl runs the show. I've sat here for years to watch sports media talk about Daryl Morey and how great he is. So, goddamn it, you're going to take the lump, Mr. President of basketball. You want to go out here and give Joel an extension? At age 34, Joel will have a player option of $69 million. This guy's already missed all these games. Congratulations, Sixers. You may be stuck with them. Actually, congratulations, Sixers. Just got off the phone with Sam Sarania. Breaking news, Joel Embiid has already accepted that extension because ain't no way in fucking hell nobody's giving that man $69 million at 34 years old. Meanwhile, he doesn't know when to play. Paul George. I love playoff P. I like Paul George. He's been hurt a lot. Now we're out here wasting the best of McCain, who was a fun rookie. We're wasting the good years of Tyrese Maxey, all because Joel Embiid, and I used to be on the Joel Embiid train, but I can't do this. I'm not doing this with you, Joel, in 2025. So, damn it, you're going to get a lump of coal from me this year. Mike, go ahead. Give Daniel Jones the damn lump of coal that I know you want to give him.
No. See, Daniel Jones is gone now. No, this goes higher. No, Joe Shane deserves a lump of coal this year because he has absolutely decimated this roster. I don't care that you picked Malik Neighbors because he's already pissed off with the organization. We haven't even had him for a season. You cut Daniel Jones, fine. That's all well and good. You upgraded the offensive line. Fantastic. Good job. Look how many wins it got us. Also, you made the best fucking player you have had in over a decade leave the team for a division rival because you called his bluff and said he wasn't going to get his money. Well, guess what? He did. And guess what? He's going to win the MVP. So, Joe Shane, not only do you deserve a lump of coal, but you don't deserve your job.
John, go ahead. Rub it in his face. No, really. What's your lump of coal?
My lump of coal is for sports fans who fight at games. And the reason why I say that is because over the years we constantly see it, and we constantly see sports fans get out of control. If you can't handle your alcohol, if you can't handle being a fan of your team, you shouldn't be out in public. You should sit your ass at home and honestly give up sports because realistically it's not that big of a deal. Because you know what? You know what they get to do on the field? They get to go home to their $1 million mansions and sit there and enjoy their wine, their $1 million wines, and their nice dinners and everything like that, while your dumbass sits in a jail cell because you want to act like an idiot. or you put someone out unconscious, or you kill someone, because we've seen that before happen over a fucking game, a game. So my lump of coal is to all those sports fans, all those dumbasses that spend all this amount of money to go to these games, hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to these games, and then just to get arrested and taken out and banned from that very stadium because you're an idiot. That's why. And I think all sports fans who fight at games are stupid. I don't think you should be allowed back in the arena ever again. You should be banned from all stadiums. And that's who you should get a lump of coal to, because if you can't handle your alcohol, you shouldn't be drinking, number one. And like I said in the beginning, you shouldn't be a sports fan, because it's fun to joke around, but at the end of the day, you have to get up the next day and go to your 9 to 5. You have to go work your overnight shift, and they get to go home to their families, whether you hate on them or not. Like the other day, I saw a couple of dumbass Giants fans crouching. And I mean this in the dumbest way. They are the dumbest Giants fans I've ever met, because they were baiting in Rashad Bateman as he was walking the bus. Oh, what have you done? The Ravens, you suck. You suck. Go back to the bus. You guys suck. You haven't won anything. How many Super Bowls have you won in the last 20 years? Well, you dumbasses, they beat your Giants 49-7 in the 2000 Super Bowl. So you might want to pipe down a little bit. And they won the 2014 Super Bowl. So they have the most recent one if you really want to kind of poke the bear. And number one, number two, that guy's wallet can smack you in the face harder. So have fun baiting in that receiver, because you know what? You're doing a great job looking like a fool on your TikTok or Instagram. So, yeah.
Not like your boy David Tepper didn't help you out with that by fighting an actual fan too, like a big idiot. What billionaire goes to freaking
David Tepper?
Him too. Over. I mean, look, I get it. He's the owner of the business and he's owner of the team. So I get it to a certain extent. Like, it's like, damn, like, yeah, we do suck, and I like, it's like, shit, man. I'm the owner of this shit, and I gotta take this shit from the fans. So I get it to a certain extent why you got upset, but also look yourself in the mirror too. So, but yeah, that's something that just pissed me off all season long. You see it all over Instagram and TikTok, and people laugh and say, "Oh my god, look at how funny." It's not funny, because then you know what? The people around you get hurt as well over nothing. Friendly fire for nothing. Like, it's stupid. And at the end of the day, it shouldn't be allowed in stadiums. It shouldn't be allowed. And honestly, stadiums should stop selling alcohol if that's the case. I'm all for that, because I don't care about drinking at games. I care about just watching the actual game.
Go ahead, Jay. I know you got a stocking, and I know you got a big lump of coal there.
Big lump of coal for Cheryl Swoops for not realizing when to just pack it in and shut up. For no reason whatsoever, Cheryl decided all year long, I'm going to be the biggest devil advocate when it comes to Caitlin Clark and women's basketball, because I represent the great voices of the inaugural class of the WNBA. I'm a former MVP in our class, and we did so much for the game. We get it. We get it, Cheryl Swoops. Of course you did so much for the game. But this is how it goes in every league. The first generation is always going to be maybe the most remembered generation for being the ones to break the barrier, for being the ones to finally stand out on front, for being the ones to advocate for the sport at a professional level that we've never seen in the United States, because they tried before, it didn't work. And this time, oh my goodness, look, you guys did it. You created an entertainment value. You brought the women's game to another level. So being somebody who knows what that feels like, why not credit the woman who is now 30 years later taking it to the next level, because things have to continue to grow. Yet you sit down in a chair and decide you want to insult, and you kind of made it out to be a race thing too, which sucked even more. But you want to insult this girl who's done nothing but dedicate her life to the game of basketball and being a true sportsman. Once in a while, she could have a temper tantrum, but being a true sportsman where all she's done is sit back and say, I'm going to play as hard as I can. I'm going to give the fans everything I have every night. I'm going to be a great teammate, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to try and win games. Because at the end of the day, what do we want to see from a pro athlete? Give us your best shot as often as you can, right? She kind of has that mama mentality as a female on the court. And whatever Cheryl Swoops can't handle about it, I don't care what you can't handle about it. Shut the fuck up and finally give Caitlin Clark her credit, because nobody gives a fuck about you whining anymore about why Caitlin Clark isn't the transcendental figure that she is. Well, guess what? Time just proved your ass wrong. So sit down on your bag of coals, Cheryl.
Y'all fellas are kind of rude, man. Y'all just giving out a lot of lumps of coals and being rude, and I don't know if they're calling y'all the Grinch or Mr. Scrooge or what here.
Jamie and I are
maybe we need to take,
Jamie and I are pissed.
1 second.
I
Let me
see, man. Maybe we need to calm this down. What's up?
My door's open, so I don't want my voice to carry. Bubba opened my door somehow, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
All right, man. Y'all are a little freaking me out, man. Y'all getting a little, Scrooge, a little Grinch. Actually, Mike, the Grinch or Scrooge? Who is meaner?
Who?
Well, they both were reformed, which was nice. I would honestly say Scrooge was meaner because he actively went out of his way to try to make everyone's life worse. I mean, yeah, Grinch went and he stole. He didn't like Christmas, so he went and stole stuff. But like Scrooge was messing with families' ability to particularly the Cratchits, right? He wasn't paying Bob Cratchit a lot of money because he wanted to keep it for himself, which in turn forced Bob to not be able to help Tiny Tim with whatever. I don't think we ever really found out exactly what was wrong with Tiny Tim. It might have been like tuberculosis or something, but he couldn't pay for Tiny Tim to be fixed. And as we saw in the future, Tiny Tim died. So when it's like Grinch, okay, he's ruining the festive mood, but Ebenezer Scrooge is allowing a small child to die. So I would say it's Scrooge. You really break it down.
Go ahead, Jay.
I'll sing it for you guys. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are here. You're as cuddly as a cactus, bro. If you're as cuddly as a cactus, ain't nobody as mean as you, bro. Stooge is Stooge. Everybody know he's stingy as ass with his money. How you going to steal Christmas from all the kids, bro? How you going to steal Christmas from all the kids? The Grinch is the meanest of all time.
To be fair, he brought it back.
Yeah, because, he felt bad at one point, but he still did.
So, John, which one's meaner, John?
I mean, it's definitely Scrooge. I mean, if you look at what's a scarier movie for a kid, it's definitely Scrooge. Like the Disney version. I mean, shit, I had to sleep with a fucking nightlight after I watched it. Like shit, man, that's creepy. Like you lay in bed and see the door jingle. It's like, oh, what the fuck? Like, come on, that's creepy. Like, why are you in my room? And it's like, okay. It's definitely Scrooge just because of the whole thing of actual kid dying in the movie, and the Grinch brings all the presents back anyways. So, and he's super strong because he picks it up off the mountain. So
he likes strong.
But that's what makes it scary. He's picking them off a mountain, and I just imagine
But you're not saying you're sitting in your dungeon house and your door jingles and then a ghost flies in? No, I'm good. It's cold.
I'm not thinking somebody that's just cold air. That's just cold air. But I look up and I see a big green fur ball just stealing gifts from under the tree, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? So for me, I think it's the Grinch. I mean, everybody can say, "Well, he brought the shit back." Fuck that. He stole it. If he comes back in my house, I'm still gonna be scared because our big green fur ball's walking back in with Christmas presents.
Yeah, that's another thing. He doesn't have pants on.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't have pants on. The man should be in jail not just for theft, but indecent exposure. Like, what is going on with the Grinch?
Well, technically, Scrooge doesn't have pants on either.
He is somehow doing the greatest tuck of all time because that ding-a-ling ain't never come hanging down no matter how much you jump, run, or flutter. Good tuck job, buddy. Good tuck job.
Ain't going nowhere. Squeezing.
Frozen.
It's cold up there. What's that? Whoville? It's cold.
It's cold in Whoville.
It'd be like George Costanza. I was in the pool.
It's just a little shrinkage. It's cold in Whoville. I can imagine Jim Carrey screaming.
It used to be there 5 years ago.
Oh my god, that's great.
Some say it grew 3 sizes that day.
Hey, honestly,
Wasn't
maybe that's
just
why he
his
was
heart
angry.
that
Shit, I'd be
grew.
angry too if I was in that position. I get why the guy's angry. Shit, that
Oh, man.
makes a lot of people angry if they end up in that position. That being said, let's be a little more positive. Let's not just take from the children. Let's do some giving. So in the spirit of giving, Jay, you had an idea about just giving to sports and different athletes and things. What was that idea, Jay?
So in the spirit of Christmas, we really want to be thankful and we want to give of our time and give to others and watch how happy that can make them, especially our energy and our good vibes. So I figure, why not talk about somebody who deserves a little Christmas love? Somebody out there who may have had a pretty funky year, and perhaps we should give them something that's going to add some holiday cheer.
From Holiday Cheermeister.
Holiday cheer. Cheer us up, John.
So I guess mine would have to be, and it's not probably not a really good one, but I'd have to give it to Christian McCaffrey. I mean, Christian McCaffrey all year is kind of like battled and tried to get himself back into playing shape, and then as soon as he does, he goes out with that injury, and it's like fuck. It's like the greatest player, one of the greatest running backs in the league, and one of the greatest talents in the league is just hindered with injuries his entire career. As soon as he got to Carolina, he just basically just tore both ACLs. It's just tough to see. You never want to see that out of a player, and everyone's like, he's been hurt his entire career. And it's like, it's true, but did have 3 good years where he was pretty much playing every single game. So, I would love to give Christian McCaffrey like a break just because, God, it's fun seeing him on the field. Even though he plays for the Niners, it's fun seeing him play, and it's really a joy to watch that type of athleticism in the game of football, because you don't see it often anymore. I mean, there's only a few guys that have that. It's him, Saquon, Derrick Henry, and the rest is kind of like those 3, and then it's like the rest of them are all down here, and it's really amazing to see those 3 kind of play at a very high level. And you just wish that he didn't get hurt in Buffalo in a bad, cold snow game that maybe does, if it's not that cold, not that slippery, does he tear his calf, does he not, like, who knows. So it's tough to see a guy like that go down.
Mike, what you giving up?
Yeah, so I think it's a fairly recently bad break for this guy, but it's a really bad break. I want to give a little bit of Christmas cheer to Randy Moss. He's going through a real tough time. And as I said in a previous clip, just talking about it, it's been nice to see the outpouring of support that not only the football world, but just like the world in general has shown him. And the fact to hear that he's already had the surgery to remove the cancerous mass from in between his liver and pancreas. He's on the mend. He's on the road to recovery. Obviously, it's a long road, as we all know. But yeah, just if I can give a little light, shed a little light, give a little Christmas cheer, and wish a very happy holidays and Merry Christmas to Randy Moss, and know that we're all thinking about you and we're all behind you, because I personally can't wait to get the official word that he's completely clean and back in good health, because that guy he's just a fun person. He's a fun person and a guy that everybody can enjoy.
And
Right.
I know that he basically was like hiding this for a long time, and
Exactly.
I realized eventually, support is the biggest thing when you're going through a tough time like this. Is like you need that support, and I think he got it from all the people. I mean, you saw Jetta; he scored a touchdown. He said that one's for you, Randy. You could hear him scream it to the camera. So you saw them run out with his jersey on. You saw the whole Minnesota Viking community, the NFL community, the sports community,
Right.
come out in full strength
Rally.
with him, and it just shows that that sports can be good. As I bitched about the sports fans that are bad, there are a lot of good in sports that makes you feel whole. It makes you feel like, yes, we are one family. Even if I don't know the guy down the road from me, we're all in like a sports community family. So it was good to see him kind of feel that uplift. But I totally get why he kept it private and on the low for such a long time, because
100%.
It's a very private matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so gotta give it our legends. We talked about Moss. I want to give another one of our legends. Now I know people would say LeBron already has the world. Why are we giving him anything? But the truth is, the end is near. It might be this year, it might be next year. I want to give him a farewell tour, and I've never been a big person on, we give everybody a tribute video. Like, I didn't like when the Boston Celtics was like, Isaiah Thomas gets a tribute video. Like, no, you're the Boston fucking Celtics. We're not giving that. But there are certain guys who transcend the sport in a different way. Like, I like that Kobe got to go out at the end, kind of announced it. We got to have the whole thing where Kobe got to go around and say, okay, this is going to be the last time he go against LeBron. These tickets, yeah, they're going to cost a bit more, but we get to enjoy these moments. We get to at least say, I know this at the end, and acknowledge it and say, thank you. So he goes to each city, and you get a thank you for what you've done for the sport. Whether people like or hate the guy's done a lot for the NBA. And like I said, I don't know if it's this year, I don't know if it's next year, but I do think he deserves a farewell tour. If not many athletes do. I think it's a very rare few, but I do think he does. I mean, let's be real. The documentary's being shot. That's part of what the Bronny thing was. When they drafted him, we knew what time it was. That's probably how the documentary ends, with him and Bronny on the court together. But I do think it would be sweet if we get that moment. Maybe I don't know if we'll get the Kobe moment where he drops 60 at the end, but it's still cool just to be able to say this the finale. Like, I could imagine the last time, if he comes back 1 more year, because he already played in Cleveland, he goes back to Cleveland and plays one time. Like, what that arena would be like that night, win or loss, to watch that scenario. So I would like to see that guy get a farewell tour, because I just think he simply deserves to get his flowers fully. Jay.
If the NBA was smart, they'd make next year's Christmas game Lakers Cavs and do a send off on Christmas Day, because
do it in Cleveland. Like, that would be sweet. Do Lakers Cavs in Cleveland. And then the smart thing too, while Mitchell and these guys are starting to become bigger stars, now you also get to still blow them up while putting them in Cleveland and doing kind of a send off. Would be dope if they did that. Assuming that I think he plays for one more year. Jay, who are you giving to?
Man, I got to give it to, not a name too many people know, but Gareth Southgate, former manager of the England football team, men's national team. And this guy has really done great for, I mean, all you do is take criticism. Being the English manager in football and soccer is like being the manager of the Yankees. You have one expectation, and they have a saying in England. It's called bring it home. England has won one major tournament. That's the 1966 World Cup that was in England. They have been waiting, like many cities, like Cleveland, who's been waiting for a long time until LeBron came along, like the Cubs, who were waiting for 100 years, just for one. Just give us something. Just bring it home. And they came close twice. They came close in the 2020 Euros, lost in penalties to Italy. Then they play a young Spanish team where everybody's like, this team's too young. England's the more experienced team. England goes up early in the game. Spain comes back and wins that game. The guy lost 2 European finals back-to-back and loses in the semifinals to France in the World Cup after also going up in that game, closely contested 2-1. I mean, he's on the brink. He's on the brink. And he's getting the, oh, mate, you did great. Don't worry. No, you don't want to hear that. You're trying to be that guy that brought it home. You're trying to be forever remembered as Sir Gareth Southgate, the man who brought another trophy back home to England. And unfortunately for him, he's going to be remembered as the guy that almost got there. And that sucks when you're the almost guy. So I have to show some love to Gareth Southgate and cheer him up a little bit, saying, hey, I'm not going to be another person to say, hey, good job, almost, you did great. But I'm going to be the guy that says, hey, man, go ahead and enjoy your scotch and just try and forget about those losses there over the season. Enjoy your family. Do what you got to do. Forget about all that happened before as an English manager. I'm not going to say you did great, but yeoman service.
I'm proud of y'all, not just being Grinches and Scrooges and all these sort of things. They're doing better. There's something else, though. Very important matter at hand here. There's 2 types of people in the world. Some people have real Christmas trees. Some people have fake Christmas trees. What's better, a real Christmas tree or a fake Christmas tree? John.
Oh, it's a real one, 100%. I hate fake ones, but the fact is, I live in Florida, and they want to charge $150,000 for a Christmas tree in the parking lot of Lowe's. So I'm gonna buy a fake one, and even those are astronomically expensive. I remember the days of going out with my dad and cutting down our tree in upstate New York. And we do it for $35, and they gave me all the cookies I wanted. So I go to the lot there. I got to take out a mortgage. I got to take out a financial loan. I have a financial advisor with me, and I have to bring it home. So yeah, no, a real tree is great, but financially wise, if you live in the South, go get yourself a fake one.
Jay, St. Lucia, how'd you get down? What real Christmas tree or fake Christmas tree?
Real all the way. You go to the forest, cut down, same kind of thing. You take it home. The smell was so fresh. That was like all I would remember on Christmas night is the scent of that tree. I remember just kind of like taking my hand and flicking on the Christmas tree. Hearing in the background, you're going to destroy the ornaments. I'm like, I don't care. It smells so good. Such an amazing The fake tree is convenient. You know, my sister's annual thing is calls me over a couple days after Thanksgiving to get the tree up, climbing up in the attic. Many of my memories is battling the rats to get that, you know, big ass bag back down, somehow getting it down without falling on my head and breaking my neck. But, you know, that whole process is kind of fun with her. And it's a good tradition, right? Whether it's fake or real, it's an awesome tradition. But personally, you know, I'm about the real. So give me that natural.
No, it's about the fake Christmas tree. That's what it's at. We can't go out here and just be wasting money like that. We need to put Christmas presents under the damn tree. I can't go out here and spend $400 or whatever the fuck it costs to keep buying a Christmas tree every damn year. No, go out there, get your fake Christmas tree, decorate it. It's never gonna go bad. We don't need to be out here just killing trees. We already killed enough trees. I live in the city. I be seeing deer. I saw a deer look both ways before you crossed the street the other day because we're out here just taking all the Christmas trees and trees out. So no, you know, the fake Christmas tree is perfectly fine, folks. These are starting to look, you know, really good, some of these fake Christmas trees. And I'm down for that. I also saw the other day there was a guy and he talked about going to Costco every year, buying a real Christmas tree, and then returning it because Costco takes anything on December 26th, taking that real Christmas tree back to return it. Tell me what bullshit is that? Just get a goddamn fake Christmas tree. You got to keep going back to Costco trying to return fake Christmas trees and shit.
Real quick, white fake Christmas or green fake Christmas tree? All white.
Okay, so I grew up with both. I'm okay either way. I don't really have a bias to it. I helped my grandmother put her Christmas tree up as green. The Christmas tree in my house right now is white. But my grandmother used to have a white Christmas tree growing up. So I'm okay either way. And I like the fact that we can take that and we can just decorate it each year, you know. I can put whatever colors on. So, yeah, for me, I'm okay with the white or the green Christmas tree. Either way, it's fun. What about you, Mike?
That looks like has the green Christmas tree with like looks like snow on it.
Yeah, and I've seen those too with the frosted tips, which are kind of cool too. So it's kind of different. Fake or real tree, Mike?
Oh, you can't be. I'm from New York, man. Like you can't beat a real tree. Like real tree. There's something special about going to get a real tree. And listen, I grew up for most of my childhood actually with, actually, but I was like half and half with a real tree when I was younger, and then fake tree when I was like preteen, teenager years. So I've got experience with both. And yes, economically and financially, the fake Christmas tree makes more sense because you don't have to keep going to get a tree. But man, like John said, there was just something special about going with your folks and going and getting the tree. Like going to get the tree, the experience of it, you're getting the hot chocolate, you're getting the fresh cookies, you're getting to cut down the tree yourself. Yeah, you got to take it home, but you know, that's part of the fun of it. You find a way. And so I don't know, just the tradition of it just works better for me with a real tree.
When you guys are driving to get your tree, were you listening to I'm dreaming of a white?
Well, my mom loves the movie White Christmas, so absolutely.
They're not that expensive. Like I never spent that much money on a real Christmas tree up in New York, or my dad didn't. Like they weren't that, probably like $50.
No, now it's more expensive
because you had them by the abundance, right? The demand couldn't even meet the supply. So
we had like farms
yeah, because they already cut them down the year before, so we keep running fucking low because you motherfuckers want to go down here and cut down trees every year. I'm not standing for that.
Who needs oxygen?
I'm with you, tree huggers. Yeah. I'm right there with you all.
Yeah. Who needs oxygen?
You think the Stanford tree would be happy with this?
I don't give a shit about the Stanford tree.
Why is the Stanford tree the funniest mascot of all time with his googly ass eyes in a different place every time? It's like, bro, why you
because they're not even the Stanford trees. Why a tree?
Oh,
I don't know. For all those educated folks at Stanford, I just understand why you have a tree. It's fine. Go ahead and make fun of us in the comments about
it. I don't understand.
Right, like it's not even.
They're not even a tree.
Maybe they didn't want to capture birds, guys, and keep a bird in a cage.
But
so
you can have a fake bird.
Don't live in pine trees.
We don't have to have a real bird.
The tree costume doesn't even have a cardinal on it.
He could have at least had a cardinal.
Right, he could have at least had a cardinal sitting on one of the branches.
We were going to do this. So, yeah. But, folks, y'all let us know. Real tree, fake tree. Is Die Hard a real Christmas movie or is it not a Christmas movie? What was the other one? The Grinch or Scrooge? Who was meaner? Y'all let us know. Let us know what you're looking forward to with some of our sporting events. We got a lot of more content coming soon. A couple bonus things we may be doing. So make sure y'all keep tuned. Oh, and don't forget, college football playoff. Maybe we'll go live. Things are possibly in the works. We've been talking to some folks. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll do a live game. Sounds like a potential. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Cinco Squad Pod 05, all of our socials. We do talk back. That's a bet. So make sure, stay tuned with us. We'll see you on the other side. Make sure y'all have a happy New Year. Cinco Squad out.